What's up guys, Luke here from Luke's Points and Miles, and today I want to do another video on our 2022 redemptions for later on in the year. I have done a couple videos similar to this, and I know there are a lot of videos on YouTube about how to accumulate tons of points and miles. There aren't a ton of videos about how we actually use them. Now, I book a fair amount of travel for a normal family guy, and I just happen to book these in a variety of different ways. I'm in this game to experience new things that a normal everyday working guy might not get to see or do without the help of credit card optimization and the points and miles game. Also remember that I employ a earn and burn strategy in this game. If I've accumulated a lot of points and miles, I'm going to schedule travel and I'm going to spend that currency. I don't like letting them sit on the shelf, so at the beginning of each year I schedule a decent amount of travel. Now, this year we have already been to Disneyland back in January. My wife and I went to New Orleans for Valentine's Day, and we just got back from Ireland to celebrate our anniversary and Patrick's Day. So what could possibly be next? Well, first off, if you're new here, we talk about credit cards, points, miles, cash back, and travel. If you're interested in that sort of thing, hit that subscribe button. We are a young and growing channel. It's a great time to jump on board. And if you get any value or any entertainment at all out of this, hit that like button. We will appreciate it, and it will absolutely help with our YouTube algorithm. It'll get this video out to other folks who may enjoy it. All right, so I know time is your most valuable asset, and no one likes a long introduction. So first things first. After going to Europe in March, we're taking April completely off from any type of travel other than a day trip. I have to rest, and I don't exactly have a ton of time to take off work. But our first trip coming up, this is gonna be a special one. One of our favorite getaways is South Florida, so I decided to book a trip to Fort Lauderdale. I figured it's far enough away from the spring breakers and far enough away from the big summer crowd, so in May we are going to the Conrad in Fort Lauderdale. Here's a breakdown of this trip. Myself, Mrs. Points and Miles, and my son are going to be staying at the Conrad in Fort Lauderdale. I've always wanted to stay there, I've never been. I looked it up one day, and the price for a room a night was $1,450, which is not normal. However, I'm also not going to pay that. So I used 2 certificate nights for 2 nights, and I booked the third night on points. So there you go, $1,450, kinda, more like $500 to $600 a night for free. Now, I felt super generous, so I asked my stepson and his girlfriend if they wanted to take this trip with us. He's young, he's been on his own for a little while, and he's been working hard, and he really deserves a long weekend in a really cool place, but I don't think he's actually to the point where he can afford something like this himself. So it's a good thing his stepdad is in the points and miles game. Now, I didn't get him a room at the Conrad. I got him a room at the Bahia Mar in Fort Lauderdale. If you've been there, comment below. I'd love to hear about it. I got 3 nights there for 180,000 Hilton Honors points, which pretty much exhausted all my Hilton points. I think he will absolutely love that place, and I do have an ulterior motive. He and his girlfriend can likely babysit my son one day, so me and mom can have some fruity drinks at the pool. Now, getting down there, this gets a little complicated. If you're a fan of the channel, you know that I am trying to earn airline status with both Delta and American Airlines. So here is what I did. I booked flights down to Miami with American Airlines. I booked 4 award flights with American Airlines miles, and I booked my flight through the American Express travel portal using MR points. And doing so, I used the business gold card, and I got 25% of my points back. I wanted that paid flight to help earn status with American. Now, on the way back, I was able to find 5 award tickets from Fort Lauderdale back to Columbus on Delta. And again, I booked my ticket separately. I used the American Express travel portal, and I used my business platinum card to get 35% of my points back. So there you have it. I used 3 different points and miles currencies just for the flights. I used 2 different methods to book the hotel rooms, and it was all paid for. 0 out of pocket. Now, this second trip is going to be an outlier for me for a couple different reasons. It's a birthday trip, and I don't normally celebrate my birthday, but this year I decided to really go all out, and I also ended up using cash for this booking, which is not characteristic of how I travel. I'm taking the wife and my son to Cancun, Mexico. I wanted a 5-day trip, which is a little longer than normal for me. And I wanted an all-inclusive on the beach resort. I want to do absolutely nothing. I have been working my butt off the last few months, and I want to eat, drink, and be merry. And I might even have a cigar on my 45th birthday. Maybe. Now, flights to Cancun. I was able to find the exact times and the exact type of flights I wanted on the American Express travel portal through Delta, who I'm trying to gain status with. Now, I booked our flights on Delta using the American Express travel portal. I paid using MR points, and I used my business platinum card again, and I got 35% of those points back. Now, this was not a great redemption, and I'll be real honest, none of these redemptions in this video are awesome or great. They're very average, but again, they're getting me where I want to go. I'm sharing this with other people, and I'm spending quite a bit less. But using the American Express Business Platinum and booking with MR points, this will count as a paid flight, and it will help me earn status with Delta. Now, I know award flights with Delta will still earn status metrics, but I still wanted this paid flight in case I'm unable to hit the MQD waiver. Now here comes the weird part. There's so many options in Cancun, Mexico, I actually got analysis paralysis. I spent days researching, and I flip-flopped from the Ritz-Carlton to the Marriott to Planet Hollywood to the all-inclusive Hilton Resort in Tulum, and I ended up just doing away with all that. I was working on a minimum spend bonus on an American Express Business Gold. So I went to the American Express travel portal again, and I paid cash, and I booked the all-inclusive resort Iberostar, and that is in the hotel district. And I even went a few steps further, and I booked an ocean view villa. It's right on the beach, it's detached from the main building, so I splurged and I paid cash. Very uncharacteristic of me, but I wanted to go extra fancy because my wife has never been to Mexico, and I am a pretty big fan of the people and the culture of Mexico. Now, I know Cancun isn't exactly where you want to go to experience authentic Mexican culture, but that's not the point of this video. So there you have it, a points and miles guy admitting that I paid cash. Also, the cash deal was not a good deal. I overpaid. What can I say? Now, the last trip, I have to admit that this trip may not even happen. Not only is there a possibility I'll cancel, but I also made a huge mistake while booking. I'll explain. I am a member of a website called Scott's Cheap Flights. We have a link below if you want to sign up. But with Scott's Cheap Flights, it is a paid site, though very, very affordable. And you will receive an email with significantly low airfare deals. Now, I received an email for a round-trip ticket from Columbus to Tokyo for $468. Now, that is an epic deal, right? And it would have been. It's an insane deal, so I go check it out. Sure enough, it's right there. It's good. So instead of just booking it, I go to American Express travel portal to see if I can book this flight with MR points and get that 25% bonus with my business gold card. So I check the American Express travel portal and I find an even better deal. And I hastily booked that. And I come to find out a few days later when I'm reviewing my reservations that it was a better deal. However, it was actually booked through Japan Airlines. So I won't be getting the 25% bonus for that. Only if it was through American Airlines. So big bummer, but still an epic deal. And I'm still have a round trip ticket to Tokyo for no dollars. Now for Tokyo, if I'm going to Tokyo, I want to do it big, right? So I booked the Conrad in Tokyo. I booked the first night with American Express Fine Hotels and Resorts program. Triggered the $200 hotel credit, and it gives me a property credit, so I know I'm gonna have a good stay. I used Hilton Honors points for another 2 nights, giving me a total of 3 nights at the Conrad in Tokyo. I also have a particular hotel I wanted to stay at in Tokyo, and I think it's called the Grassery Hotel. It's the Godzilla Hotel. I wanted to stay there for a few nights, so I also booked my second 3 nights at the Grassery. And I booked this through the American Airlines hotel site, just because I wanted to gain some extra American Airlines loyalty points again, to earn status. Now, if I do go, I'm going to cancel that booking and I'm going to rebook the Godzilla hotel with the Capital One travel portal. That will trigger the $300 travel credit and I'll get by a lot cheaper. And it'll give me 10 times points on the hotel. This trip honestly was booked speculatively, and I'm learning that my travel partner, my old Navy buddy, might not be able to go. My wife won't go to Japan because she won't go that far away from our son. On top of that, Japan isn't actually open yet. So I'll keep you updated on this trip. Guys, in the comments, I want to hear what your next redemptions are, and if you feel comfortable, explain to me how you booked them. Sometimes boring is great. At least in 2022, I've had nothing but boring redemptions, and it's going to turn out to be a great year. Guys, also check out Scott's Cheap Flights. I have a link below. If you do sign up using my link, I do get a free month with them, just to be transparent. And also, if you are interested in using a cashback shopping portal, check out our link to Rakuten. It's one of the best cashback shopping portals. The best part about it is you can receive American Express membership rewards points in lieu of cashback, making them quite a bit more valuable in my opinion. Use our link and you can get $30 cash back on your very first order. Now guys, as always, give us a like if you got any value or entertainment from this video. And also, as always, if you stayed around all the way to the end, thanks.